Well, hi there. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mike Komo, and I would like to show you the Logic Rail Technologies infrared block animator. Now, on my needles division layout, the infrared detector is the best block animator as it eliminates the problem with direct or indirect lighting. So I'm using this detector with the new Tomar searchlights. I have installed 11 different blocks successfully, and they work perfectly. The only problem I initially had was on how to hook up the lights, and it was a problem that was solved with help from Chuck Stansel at Logic Rail. The above information is directly taken from the instruction sheet, and they highlight the aspects of the BA-1-IR detector. Now, some of these highlights are the bidirectional control of two blocks and the ability to work with various manufacturers and types of signals. The yellow delay within the block detector, and no modifications to track, to rolling stock, or to motive power. I use the Tomar N-872 single signal searchlight and the N-873 dual searchlight with the BA-1-IR. Chuck informed me that the Tomar searchlight is, quote, a classic searchlight signal which uses a single bipolar LED within the signal head, unquote. He also stated that, quote, the BA-1-IR will create yellow by blending the red and green LEDs. It does this electronically within the board itself, end quote. I was initially confused as how to hook up the Tomar searchlight to the BA. However, Chuck Stansel at Railogic was happy to help me with the wiring. He told me to refer to figure 1B in the instructions, as I was unable to figure out which illustration would work with the Tomar signal. Chuck was very helpful in getting me unconfused. Connections through the Tomar signals. This one illustrates using just one of the resistors. I'm using it on the common wire from the Tomar signal. This is the method I used for hooking up the Tomar lights. I used a resistor off of each green or red terminal and connected it thusly with the resistors supplied by Railogic Technologies. This figure is taken directly from the instructions sheet for the BA-1-IR. It shows the basic layout for the emitters / detectors and the signals. The distance between the IR pair is about the length of the average train run in your layout. The BA provides bidirectional 3-color signal operation over 2 blocks. Please read the instructions thoroughly before installing the BA and your signals. This is a photo of the actual BA-1-IR board supplied by Logic Rail Technologies. It also comes with 4 pair of emitter detectors and the resistors for them, as well as resistors for the searchlights. The blue terminals at the right are where you connect the searchlights. The top blue terminals are for connecting positive and negative DC and the various infrared devices. The white dials are for adjusting the sensitivity of the infrared detectors. I suggest doing some of the wiring at your workbench and then mounting it to your layout. This is preliminary wiring for the emitters and the detectors. I found this was an easy way to get the resistors into play in the wiring diagram. Now, this is how it looks when installed below my layout. The purple wires from the BA-1-IR DC positive power source, and the white wires going to the respective emitters. I recommend running the emitters and the detectors through brass tubing for easy mounting between the rails. On my N-scale needles division layout, mounting the emitters and the detectors right next to each other provided the best results. This is how the final installation of one of my blocks looks. It is very important to label the wiring to avoid confusion and have a quick visual reference. Next, I'll give you a breakdown of the wiring. On the right, you see the wiring for the searchlights, with the resistors mounted directly off the terminals, then the respective red or green diodes. To the left, notice the labeling for the IR adjustment. This photo shows the wiring for the DC positive to the emitters. Each emitter is wired separately and requires a resistor supplied with the BA. Note that the additional wire, the purple one, comes from the DC terminal. It is important that you provide this additional wire for the lighting for it to work properly. The DC wire, that's this purple wire, from the BA provides the positive power source for the searchlights. The orange wire is the ground from the BA. The blue wires coming from the common wire on the Tomar searchlights, and this can either be blue or black. The black wires are from the individual detectors to the common DC negative. Again, I remind you to read the instructions thoroughly, as this blog is only a rough outline for the installation and operation of the block animator. By paying attention to detail and following the instructions, you should have a successful installation, a great detection system for your blocks, and a greater enjoyment of your model railroad.